We all know that we can use will and be going to talk about the future. Do you know the differences? In this video, we're going to compare the uses of will and of be going to in detail. In the previous videos, we've talked about individually the uses of will and the uses of be going to. Let's compare the first uses. The first difference is quite easy. So when you're making a decision at the time of speaking, you will use will. But if your decision is made before speaking, you use be going to. Let's look at an example. I will bake a cake. I am going to bake a cake. If you translate them into Chinese, it looks the same. But when do we use them? Can you think of a scenario for sentence A and another scenario for sentence B? So this family is watching a cooking program, and the mother says, this cake looks so yummy. Let me jot down the ingredients and I will bake a cake for you. Another scenario, this lady is in the supermarket doing some food shopping and she says, I'm going to bake a cake, so what else do I need? Let's compare the two scenarios. In the first scenario, when the mother is making the decision of baking a cake, she is actually watching a TV program. So the decision was made at the time when she is watching the baking TV program. Do you know when she is baking a cake? No, we don't know it. She doesn't know it, but she thinks she will make it in the future. The decision is made at the time of speaking. We use will. But in the second scenario, you can see this lady is asking herself, what else do I need? So she is thinking, do I need more eggs, more flour, or more butter? So before she came to this supermarket, she already made the decision. She already has the plan of baking a cake. And do you know when she is going to make the cake? You don't know it. She doesn't say it, but she knows it. She has a certain time. She knows when she is going to bake this cake. Maybe right after she visited this supermarket, she will bake the cake. So this plan or this decision is made before speaking. She used be going to. Now you can compare these two scenarios. Another example. You will dance on stage. You are going to dance on stage. If you look at the Chinese, they look the same as well. But can you think of a scenario for them? Scenario 1. This is the first day of your hip-hop lesson at school. Your dance tutor is giving you an introduction of the class, like what you are going to learn and what the target of the class is. The tutor says, boys and girls, nice to meet you. I'm Miss Ashley. You are going to learn hip-hop dancing with me. Please always come to class on time and you will dance on stage to show your friends and family that you dance well. So Chinese translation, you can pause here and have a look at what it means if you need. In the second scenario, this is 1 month before your dance performance and your dance tutor is training you intensively. She says, guys, you are going to dance on stage in less than 1 month. So please work harder on every single dance move. So when you compare the two scenarios, you can see in the first one, the tutor was actually giving a mental preparation to the kids at the start of the dance lesson because they have to show their friends and family that they can dance well. So they will dance on stage. Do they know when they're going to perform? Does the tutor know when they are going to perform? No, they don't have a certain time of doing it. There is no concrete plan of when they will dance on stage, so she used will. But in the second scenario, you can see the decision was actually made before the tutor does this intensive training with the kids. She knows when they're going to dance on stage. They have a certain time. In just less than 1 month, they're going to be on stage. So you can see in less than 1 month here. They have a concrete plan. Otherwise, they wouldn't have this intensive training, right? So they use be going to here. Pause here and compare these two scenarios. Now we are going to compare the second uses. So here comes the second difference. If you are talking about what we think, guess, or calculate will happen, we use will. But if you are talking about some present reality and you have some evidence or signs, you use be going to. Example, she will be a mother. She is going to be a mother. If you look at the Chinese, they look the same. In this scenario, you can see the mother is getting mad at her daughter and she thinks, okay, now you are throwing a tantrum to me. One day, you will be a mother and you will know how I feel. In the second scenario, this mother on the left, she says, wow, your bum is so big now. You are going to be a mother very soon. So it's a totally different scenario. When you compare, you can see in the first one, it's just the mother's pure guess. She doesn't know when her daughter is going to be a mother. It should be in the distant future, right? This little girl is still very young. So it's about what we think, guess, or calculate will happen. We use will. In the second scenario, you can see we have evidence. This is the evidence. She is pregnant, right? So we have a certain time of when she is going to be a mother. It's probably in the near future because her bum is really big now. So we have evidence and signs in the present reality. We use be going to. Now you can compare them. Another example, you will not finish your homework. You are not going to finish your homework. If you look at the Chinese, they look the same. If we put them into a scenario, they look different. Scenario 1. This teacher says, Jeremy, you forgot your homework again. I think you will not finish your homework tomorrow either. Another scenario. This little boy is still doing his homework at 7:55 in the morning. So the teacher is very angry and she says, what? You are still doing your homework now? You are not going to finish your homework before the bell rings. And I'm going to tell your class teacher about this. So if you compare them, in the first one, you see this is just the teacher's pure guess. She doesn't know if this boy is going to finish his homework tomorrow. She is just guessing it. There's no concrete evidence. So it's about what we think, guess, or calculate will happen. We use will. In the second scenario, you can see the teacher has the evidence. The evidence is the time. The bell is going to ring and you're still doing your homework. So, if we are talking about present reality with evidence and sign, we use be going to. Now you can compare them. Okay, let's talk about the last uses. This is the third difference. If you are expressing intentions and attitudes towards other people, you use will. But if you are expressing some emphatic commands or refusals, especially when you have strong intentions or decision, you use be going to. Example, I will keep fit. I am going to keep fit. Chinese, the same. Scenario 1. This lady is on the scale and she is surprised. She says, oh no, that's a new number to me. Okay, I will keep fit. Second scenario. On your left is the doctor. She says, Maisie, I'm sorry to tell you that your health report doesn't look very good, so you really have to start doing something with your body. Otherwise, you will lose it. And Maisie says, okay, doctor, I think I will have to start cutting down on sugar, and I'm going to keep fit. So Maisie has a plan. On Monday, she's going to do bicycle crunches. On Tuesday, she's going to do these. Wednesday, she's going to do these. Thursday, Friday, she will do another set of fitness exercises. So she has a plan. So when you compare them, the two scenarios are totally different. In the first one, she made this decision of keeping fit when she sees her weight on a scale. She has no concrete plan of when she's doing it. So this is her promise to herself. She used will. But in the second one, you can see she has a concrete plan. You can see her plan here, right? So she has a strong intention of keeping fit. It's good for her. So she used be going to. Now you can pause here and compare the two scenarios. Next example. I will take you to Disneyland. I am going to take you to Disneyland. If you look at the Chinese, they look the same again. First scenario. This man is making a deal with his daughter and he says, babe, if you can finish all the vegetables for a week, I will take you to Disneyland. Deal? Scenario 2. This little girl says, Daddy, wake up! Are we going to Disneyland today? And the daddy wakes up and he says, Yes, sweetheart, I'm going to take you to Disneyland today. Go dress in your pretty Elsa dress and get going. In the first scenario, you can see this is the result of a condition. This little girl hates vegetables. But if she can finish all the vegetables for a week, her daddy is going to take her to Disneyland. But he doesn't know when he will take her to Disneyland. There is no certain time, just sometime in the future. We're not sure when. So this is also a promise. He used will. In the second scenario, you can see Dad keeps his earlier promise. He has promised earlier that they are going to Disneyland. They have a certain time. Once this little girl dressed in the pretty Elsa dress, they are going. So they have a strong intention or decision of going to Disneyland. They use be going to. Now you can pause here and compare the two scenarios. Summary. When you use will, you are less sure about it. If you're using be going to, you are more certain. So you have no certain time for will. You have certain time for be going to. And for plans and decision, there's no concrete plans for will, but concrete plans for be going to. You know when you will do them. And will is more about personal thoughts and pure guess and also hope. But be going to is more about the present reality. When you have some evidence or signs, you will use be going to. Your intention is less strong if you use will. Of course, it's stronger if you use be going to. This is the end of this video. Bye bye!